Welcome to Writer Wednesdays with Sara. I'm Sara R. Turnquist, a multi-published hybrid clean historical romance author of more than 20 books. I'm also a sought-after speaker and teacher for conferences and book clubs. Today I want to share a short teaching on marketing as an indie publisher. Now, working as an indie publisher in the marketing and promoting area can be tough. In reality, as a new author or even a seasoned author that is not a huge seller, you are doing a lot of your own marketing, even if you are published through a traditional publisher model. So I wanted to share some effective, cheap, and free marketing things I've found success with over the years. This week, I'll talk about some of those options that do not have a cost associated with them, or as people would call free. Okay, so the first of the free options I'll talk about, and it's on the top on purpose, is an email marketing campaign, newsletter, whatever you want to call it. When you're starting out and have a relatively small list, there are many service providers for emails that offer free plans, and you can grow your list and your following this way. Note here, you cannot send newsletters out from your Gmail or other private account. Not only is it not really appropriate, it's also not legal. So grab onto one of these email marketers and use one of their inexpensive or cheap or free plans and get started. And you should get started, even if you haven't published that book yet. Readers love to hear about your process, especially as a first-time author. The second thing I want to talk about is called a loss leader. This means that you set a book that you already have out there at a loss. I'm talking like free. It's to encourage readers to read your stuff and get interested in what you write without a cost to them, without a risk, if you will. A loss leader will likely be more effective if you have a series or several books out. If you only have one or two books out, this may not be the route for you. But setting a book to free does not cost you anything other than whatever profit you would make from that book. But there's no cost on the outset. The next tip is to create what they call a reader magnet, lead magnet, or cookie. This is great for those who don't have the right situation to do a loss leader. This is something like a short story, novella, or even a novel that you give away as a thank you to readers who sign up for your newsletter list. This also can help people get to know your writing and become intrigued if they are your target audience. It doesn't have to be a story, though. It can be maybe a family tree from your series or from a book that you're writing, a deleted or extended scene, or maybe an epilogue, maybe a character profile, or anything else you can imagine and create for your readers that will intrigue them. Something else that you can do at no cost is to develop a Facebook group for your readers. This is a place where they get to know you and your writing. They get to interact with you, so that you can encourage them to help spread the word about your writing and about the group and about where you are in your writing process. The key here with all of these things and with your early marketing is building a fan base, not necessarily to sell books, that will come later, but your focus needs to be on building the relationships that will eventually lead to those sales. But I would not have a goal of it being a direct turnover, direct conversion, if you will, to sales. Your consistent, reliable social media presence is another good free option. This again is to build those relationships, and it will, what we call, funnel your readers to your website and then to your email newsletter list. You can also call local clubs and book-related groups to offer to speak about your writing, your book, or topics that are connected to your books. Speaking in general is a great free way to get your name out there. Even if you're a newbie, your experience getting into a publisher or becoming indie published, making that decision is valuable. There are people who find that fascinating and would love to hear your struggles, any pitfalls and wins from your journey. But that's it for now. Join me next month for the teaching time when we'll cover some inexpensive marketing tips that do have a cost associated that I have found to be very effective. Maybe they will be for you too. Thank you for joining me today, and check out my other teachings in the playlist linked below. I look forward to seeing you next week for another Writer Wednesday with Sara.